Well, I'm John Johnston III. I'm the Equity Coordinator of Public Works with the City of St. Paul. I joined the equity team. At that time, the senior leaders of Public Works made up the committee, and then they had other members. Being one of only two men of color of African American descent on the committee at that time, I felt that for some reason, unbeknownst to me, but that I was in the right place at the right time. And this is what I was here to do, is to have that voice of the voiceless. Little did I know where this journey was going to take me, that I would end up being where I'm at today. How I grew up and what my high school years were like. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I was born in Chicago, Illinois. I'm a child of the 60s. I was born late 65, nearly 66. Times were certainly different than they are now. They don't have them no more, but they used to have the local pub. And so after work, this is where the men went. How did I come into play? Well, my dad would sometimes take my brother and I with him, and we would end up at the bar. That was like my introduction to alcohol early on. But being this here in the African American community during the late 60s, early 70s was pretty rough, because I didn't look like everybody else, so I got picked on a lot. Didn't feel accepted. So life was pretty difficult outside of school, even though in 5th grade I became part of the student council, played basketball on the basketball team in 6th grade, went to a junior high. But going to high school, and all through this time, some things started happening because I was picked on. I didn't have confidence in myself. And I played sports and I was pretty good, but yet I never felt like I was good enough because the way I was treated, no matter how well I did, I never felt like I belonged anywhere. And, I never felt fully accepted into any of the communities that I was in, even in school. And how I got started using was from the feelings that I had. Graduation night, it began a journey from which I don't believe anybody who's addicted ever wanted to find themselves on. Hey, all I wanted to do was just get a little high. Little did I know that that was going to start to be a progression for me that lasted nearly 23 years of my life. I went to the Navy and came out. I first free-based in San Diego, California in 1984. Part of me that made me feel, at least in those environments that I was in, when I started smoking weed, and then eventually started smoking cocaine, that at least I was accepted in that group. And we were doing it during the free-base days when it was underground, and then continued when the crack epidemic finally came. I couldn't keep jobs. I get jobs, lose jobs. I even got a great job at Children's Hospital, except there was one problem. That was me and my addiction. I went to treatment and I went back to using for about 7 months. And I was coming back from selling some plasma, and I saw somebody from the rooms. It was good to see him, and I said, hey man, good to see you. I really need to get back there. He said, hey, we waiting for you, John, man. When you come back, man, hey, we're gonna welcome you back, and we'll love you till you learn how to love yourself. And so on January 24th, 2006, I walked up the steps of Park Avenue Center.